live stream. We're gonna be running some trains. We're gonna run one train at a time, but first we have this freight train I got in Athern, Union Pacific SD45T-2, and then I got a Tier 4 Gevo, a BNSF 5622 behind it. And then I got my Amtrak as well.
Hi.
And my brother wanted to say hi, so.
Well, my dad and I are going shopping, so I won't be in this live stream.
Yeah, so my brother's only gonna be the live stream for the first couple minutes, and then he'll be out of here. Lucas Finbeater said hi. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, well.
Subscribe to 164th Carpet Farmer.
Hey, no self-advertising. Get out of here.
First 40 seconds, we already got some chats.
Okay, I'm gonna get the train started. Get out of here. I don't want to get you in the video. Okay, get her sped up to 25.
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna move the camera. Well, good morning everyone, or at least where I live. It is 9:02. I'm a little behind.
Central Standard Time.
I'm a little behind on my live stream today, but it is what it is. Train unhooked. And that just... Oh no, running on the wrong track. Stop the train. There. We have a little derailment because I set the switch wrong. Yeah, back the train up. Okay, back it up. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to set the switch right before I started my live stream, so my trains kind of went on the wrong track. Stop. Wait, keep it going a little more. And stop. There. Okay, put her in 25. There, the train should be back and running now. But yeah, Chris, let me know if you're watching the live stream, or Kaden. And there goes that train. Got 2 people watching. Got 6 people watching.
Woo! Orange Blair.
What was that for? Got 9 people watching. Remember guys, get this to 5 likes so we extend it to an hour. Get this to 15 likes, we extend it to an hour and a half. And get it to 20 likes, we extend it to 2 hours.
Basically, every 5 legs to extend it 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, there's a train on foot.
Keep it going, I'll fix it. I said keep it going, I'll fix
Oh.
it. Keep it driving, what you stopping the train for?
To back it.
No, we're not backing it up. Drive it forwards. So soon you're gonna get into more problems. I'll just hold the train. Here, we'll just hold the train like this until the other train comes. Slow her down. You don't need to go so fast. There. There.
Alright. See everybody. I
Yeah, my brother's gonna be leaving for a bit, so it's just you guys and me in the live stream for a while. Got 10 people watching. Here comes the train. Oh, guys. Let me know if there's any other train you want me to run. Hey guys, should I run my snowblower or my snowplow in this live stream at all? Got 12 people watching. We got 14 now. Real Fanner 7553 said hi. Hi. How's your morning going? For me, it is 9:10 a.m. Hi. Got 10 people watching. Oh, I'm glad you're having a good morning, Real Fanner 7753. Since this live stream's getting a bit boring, I'm starting a Q&A. Real Fanner 7753 says subscribe to you. Thank you so much. When this live stream's over, or maybe soon, I'll go back and subscribe to you as well. Real Fanner 7753 said nice. Thank you. Here, I'll prop the camera up quickly, and I'll be right back. Just set that here. I find this to be a nice spot. Let me just move the Q&A out of your way a bit. There. I'll be right back. Real Fanner 7753 said, is that an EMD SD40? It's an EMD SD45T-2. That's the lady, but yeah, it kind of looks like an SD40. It's an SD45, we could say, so it's slightly larger. But yes, it is. You could call it an SD40 if you want. Here, we'll add you, or let me go to your channel and give you a subscription. And there you are, I'm subscribed. Nice videos, I like the CPKC. I literally live by the CPKC main line, so there, you got a subscription for me. And I'll also add you as a moderator as well. And they approved the user. Real Fire 7753 said that's me. Yep, I just subscribed to you. You have some nice videos on your channel. Rail Fanner 7753 said, I do rail fanning. Nice. Got 13 people watching. Here, let me adjust the camera angle. I'm trying to find a good way to prop the phone up. Here, how's that look? You guys can watch me. Here, yeah, I'll set that like that. There. During this live stream, we have 542, 197 videos, and my live stream. But guys, I got a new video coming out today. I partnered with Canadian Locomotive Logistics to make this video. So, yeah, save this. It'll be coming out at 2 p.m. today, Central Standard Time. And this live stream, I'll be showing you guys how to run the trains on Canadian Locomotive Logistics layout. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Chris, let me know if you're watching today's live stream. Here. You guys know how you like this camera angle. turn out so well. Oh, come on. I think it's still derailed. Find out in a second here. There, that looks good. Now we can switch and run the Amtrak. I'll stop the train up here. Strasburg number 90 said hello. Hi. We're switching out trains from the Amtrak. From the freight train to the Amtrak. So I'm just stopping that train quickly. There, now we'll hop in the Amtrak. Just getting everything set up on my controller here. Strasburg number 90 said, may I ask the curve do you need, are they wider curves? If you're asking the radius of my curves, I use 33.5-inch radius Bachmann curves, the brand's Bachmann of the track that I have. So this here, those 18 radius curves, so they're really tight, but I like to use 33.5 radius on my main line. But this is just like my short line track, so there's a lot of 18 radius. But to answer your question, these are wider curves, and these are really tight curves on my layout. Get my Amtrak moving here. We'll run her at, yeah, that'll work. We'll get all our turnouts set up. What do we got? Whoa, Amtrak, the freight train apparently was not there. Now you're good, Amtrak. Amtrak ran to the front of the freight locomotive. Strasburg number 90 said, I have problems with my curve with passenger cars derailing a lot. Yeah, I have some passenger cars on my layout that will derail on my 18 radius curves. But these passenger cars, I think are like Concours brand or something, so their trucks on them. I'll show you an example. The reason why I buy Concours Superliner cars, this is one they had in the cabinet. These trucks can do a full spin. Well, not full spin, but basically a full spin. So they don't ever derail. Unless I have like a gap in my rail or something, they'll jump off. NGFS Studio set 4818 said, nice layout. Thank you. We got my crossings here as well. CSX2608 said hi. Hi. Cheryl Irwin. Hi. Hi, how's your morning going? Here, we'll stop the Amtrak at the next passenger station. CSX2608 said nice layout. Thank you. Here, we'll stop the Amtrak, and I'm going in way too fast. Maybe we can zoom in on it. Yeah, that train is going way too fast, and it passed the station. I'm terrible at driving. RealFader7753 said, I'm going to subscribe to you on my phone. Thank you. Chuck the Rail fan said pretty fast. I'm glad you think my Amtrak is fast. Because I have, if you've ever seen the YouTuber, Roblox and Train Fan, we were, playfully arguing about which locomotive is faster, and I said my Amtrak's faster, and he had some other locomotive on his layout that he showed, and that thing was zipping around the layout. So I'm glad you think my Amtrak's fast, but he thinks that his train's faster than mine, so yeah. Strasburg number 9, you said, do you have any Southern Pacific diesel locomotive like that ST40T-2? I don't have any Southern Pacific locomotives. Will's O-Scale said hello. I'm surprised I haven't added... Oh wait, Chuck the Railfan said, I like how you did the railroad crossing. Thank you. I put a lot of work into my train crossings on my layout because my brother, he's not in the live stream today. My brother would drive his cars on my crossing, so I try to make them as good as possible. I made these out of wood and polystyrene plastic. Ugh, plastic, and a hiccup there. Will's O-Scale said hi. Hi, how's your day going? CSX2608 said, do you have O-Gauge? No. I'm sticking with HO scale because I can't afford it. But yeah, I only have HO scale stuff. I'm surprised I haven't. Will's O-Scale said, I do O-Gauge. I think I can tell by your channel name, O Scale. Yeah, Fanner 7553 said I got to go now. Well, bye. See you later. Chuck the Rail Fan said, do you use DC or DCC? Funny thing is I use both on my layout. So right now I'm running using my DCS52. But I have a switch here and I can flip it to DC and I can run it with my DC power pack here. I also have this multi-purpose. So I also could use it as a DCC throttle as well. It's kind of complicated. CSX 2608 said, well, I have O-gauge Army train. That's actually nice. I have a cousin that loves Army stuff. He has lots of those little, plastic Army figures and all that stuff. He really is into trains, but I know if he ever got a train, that'd be the only one he'd ever allow, because he is always hauling his Army men around and whatever toys he has. Well, Will's O Scale. I'm gonna add you as my moderator. I should have gotten around to that. Let me add you as a mod quickly. There. Will's O Scale, I added you as a moderator, managing moderator, because I trust you on my channel. Let's see. Alfred's random stuff. Question about DCC. I have something like a TV or PC in the room. Would that interfere with the system? No. I literally have a PC right here, and sometimes I use it to run my model railroad via USB connector. And here, we'll give the Amtrak a break. But no, I have a TV in the other room, and it doesn't interfere with my trains. So that stuff won't interfere with the trains at all. Chuck the Rail Fan said, what time period does your layout take place? Modern day. It's kind of themed off of what I think is early 2000s, because all the stuff I have in my layout, you're realistically only going to see early 2000s. Don't mind that locomotive, though. That one, I don't... Would you think Illinois Central 3008's from early 2000s? But anyway, my freight locomotives and all that, I would say early 2000s to modern day is what I kind of model my trains off of. It's kind of a mix from like 90s to modern day, because my Amtrak P42, this is not a modern paint scheme at all that's on it, but... Strasburg number 90 said, I have a Lehigh Valley Bomber caboose from Bachmann. I'm going to change the Bachmann plastic coupler to KD metal coupler. Yeah, you need to do that, because the Bachmann couplers, I hate to roast them, but they suck. These little tabs that they have, I think I swapped them. I'm trying to focus it on the spring. But they have like a little bent piece of plastic that they use for a spring, and the problem is this piece of trash thing that they have in there, whenever you wear that piece of plastic out on the coupler's just done. It's gonna act like trash. But Bachmann needs to make metal couplers, because I really don't buy. They're also just expensive. Well, realistically, you could get a KD coupler for $2 in a bulk pack, and they come with springs, a metal coupler, magnetic metal coupler, and these things will last years and years and years. Occasionally you have to replace the spring if it gets lost, but I really like KD's way better than Bachmann. CSX2608 said just subscribe. Thank you. George's Arkano 4996 and hello. Hi. Alfred's random stuff said, speaking of couplers, what's your opinion of horn hook couplings? They're not bad. Realistically, why I don't like them is say this rail car flips over right now, it would take all the other cars down with it. I never got it on video, but back when I used Ollie Horn hook couplers, I had a long freight train that derailed. Every single car flipped over because these couplers will not unhook. Where Katie couplers, it'll unhook and only let that car derail. But Horn hook, if I did that, it would bring down every single car. But they're not a terrible idea if you're on budget, you're just wanting to run some trains. But these are kind of outdated. I don't think they're really put on modern trains anymore. Chuck the rail fits in Athern or Atlas. I would pick Athern. But the funny thing is, this locomotive here is an Athern locomotive. The locomotive behind it is a Caddo. Oh, wait. That's a Caddo locomotive, but Atlas. I don't even have Atlas locomotives that I can think of it. But yeah, it's Athern. I think Atherns are built like a tank, especially their old blue box stuff. Yeah, Athern definitely will have the detail. I don't know if Atlas has stepped it up or not to make their stuff more detailed, but I don't even think I've ever had an Atlas locomotive before in my collection. But I think Athern is a good value because you could buy a DCC sound locomotive for $200, where you could go to Scale Trades and pay $350. So I think that Athern is like the best value, other than Walters. I think Walters is another good brand. Alfred's random stuff. Is your railroad fictional railroad or based off of an actual line? This layout, I literally just built it so it would fit in the dining room. Yes, this is a dining room, as you can see. But this is just built around. So the track and all is not made to represent any line at all. I do try to keep the trains accurate. Like I think there's a Canadian National line that runs nearby, so I have a Canadian National Heritage unit. I have Amtrak. Amtrak goes through town, and BNSF. There's some lines that are further away. I actually saw a BNSF line. There's a town 3 hours away that we went to. They had like some historical society, and there's a BNSF main line that ran right by it. I love that place because it caught like 6 freight trains. It also has Union Pacific as well. Union Pacific runs by like I think 30 minutes away. They have a rail line. Chuck the Rail Fence said, yeah, they're built like tanks. Oh, yes, they are. I literally have some of my grandparents' locomotives. Yeah, they use up like an amp when they're running. But those things will last years and years and years. Cut this to 5 likes. We extended this live stream to an hour. But yeah, guys, I have a video coming out at 2 p.m. today, and it'll be talking about, so Ronald Railroad has advanced so much to the point where now there's some guy that has it where you could run his trains, and he's from Canada, and you could run his trains from anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi. I think that's pretty cool. I made a video on it that'll be coming out at 2 p.m. today. Chuck the Rail Fence, and I have a lot of my dad's, and they're still running great. Oh, yeah. I have some of my great-grandpa's model trains, and they literally, yeah, they don't run the greatest anymore, but they still run. George's Cardio 4996 said, I remember having a 90s Bachmann set when I was 6 and broke it. I cannot stress enough how Bachmann is so overrated. Literally, Bachmann stuff from back then, all the gears, they use nylon gears that were so thin that if you have a Bachmann locomotive today, I recommend selling it as fast as you can or stripping it out for parts because those gears split. Unless you want to find new gears for it, I would just recommend getting it out of here because I do not. Bachmann is overrated, and their newer stuff is low detail and high price. And you go to Walters and get something that's the same quality for $100 cheaper. So yeah, Bachmann really sucked in the 90s. Nowadays they've gotten a little better, but I don't really have much Bachmann. The only Bachmann stuff I have is the rail cars. Karen Meyer S5M said, "Yo, what's up, my guy? Hi, how's your morning going?" George's Cardio, I don't know if I'm saying your channel name right. 4996. No, because I crashed into my Hot Wheels. Oh yeah, I remember when I first got my train like 5 or 6 years ago. I was crashing my. I literally would run it. Have you ever had Ernal farming stuff before? My brother is, I could say, a collector of that stuff. And I rammed my freight locomotive into a semi on the crossing, one of the Ernal grain semis. Those things are a little larger than my stuff, and it literally just broke the hand railings off. So I highly recommend not running your trains into stuff unless you want to blow them up and destroy them. Cameron Moyer, S5M, said, "Really good. How about you?" I'm doing good today. Yesterday, I was working overtime on getting a YouTube video made. That'll be coming out at 2 p.m. today. And I gotta find that locomotive. There it is. This is my first real locomotive. Yes, it's a Bachmann. My old neighbors gave this to me. It was a $150 starter set that they gave me. It was a Santa Fe locomotive. I think it runs good. But the thing is, I always crash this thing. Is as you can see, the hand railings are broken off there and there. Plus, I had to replace the coupler because I damaged it. But long story short, don't crash your model trains into vehicles because they will get broken over time. And unless it's some cheap locomotive that you bought at an antique shop like a Bachmann one or something, it says a dummy unit, you can run that into your trains. Like, you can have a good locomotive, push the dummy unit, you can use that to run into stuff. But I highly recommend not running your expensive locomotives into vehicles because that's how you can end a $200 locomotive. But yeah. My live streams are like 10% watching trains, 90% me ranting about stuff. Here, we'll set up the camera angle here. Alfred's random stuff said, "I remember I bought 060 tender engine switcher for Bachmann. The gear didn't split for some reason, but the wheels kept extending off the axle because basically bending the side rods. And that is another reason why I don't like them because I think I have like one vintage Bachmann locomotive just because I'm one to buy huge locomotive lots and then try to flip them and make $100 or something. But I went through a ton of Bachmann locomotives last year and sold them. I sold like 10 of them for $100 because they needed some work. And anyway, their wheels kept going out of gauge because of the cheap nylon gears that they had in them, so the wheels would just slip off. I don't know what Bachmann was thinking. Their stuff, literally, you're lucky if you get 10 years out of the locomotive, 5 to 10 years. Where the old Athearn stuff, you could get 50 years and off of it. I love EMD2929 said, "Can you please run your BNSF?" Yes, I will. I'll shut the Amtrak down, and we will fire up these two locomotives here and run that train. So just give me a minute. I gotta stop this train. But yeah, let me get the here. I'll get these locomotives starting up in a second. Alfred's random stuff said, "Do you have any Baltimore, Ohio engines?" No, I don't. The only stuff I have is Union Pacific, BNSF, Amtrak, CP Rail, Canadian National, and maybe some Santa Fe stuff, but that's really it. So, yeah. I gotta look the locomotive name. I have a, what is this? Northwestern locomotive that is under work. I'm upgrading it to DCC very slowly, but that's an SD45T-2, I think. Don't quote me on that, and I want to get that one working. George's Cardio 4996, and basically the only DCC controller I have is the Walthers Y-Flyer Express, so they can run 2 engines at once, but I don't believe it can. DCC is designed to do that. You can run. My controller can support 20 locomotives at once that I can run. The DCS 52, but this is a higher, I wouldn't say higher end DCC controller, but it's way better than any Bachmann one. But I didn't know that Walters made a DCC controller, but then again, I like Digitrax DCC for running the trains, but realistically for decoders, I'm a fan of Walter. Like for decoders, I like Soundtracks and yeah, I'm just a big. Yeah, why am I doing 1450? 4825. There, we can start that one up. Oh, that's the ditch lights there. There, turn its lights on. There. There you are. I'm getting my BNSF and all that started. There. I'm running the BNSF. Got 10 likes. This is now extended to an hour and a half. But there, we got the whole train running. But if you could even run 2 engines with a starter DCC controller, I would take that as a win because DCC, you can run an unlimited amount of locomotives. It's just very limited to your command station on what it's capable of doing. Because your command station could be able to run 200 locomotives at once, or it could be able to run 1 at once. But it should be able to run 2 locomotives. But yeah, I love EMD. I hope you enjoy that I'm running the BNSF. It's a Cato, the Cato brand, the BNSF. George's Cardio 4996 said, "It's all fun and jokes until your brother comes and crashes cars into your train. Don't worry, I kicked him out this live stream, so don't have to worry about him crashing into my trains." I love EMD2929 said, "Yes, I'm glad you're happy that I'm riding the BSF. I'm just running the BNSF as the DPU, or so it's not. I'm not using the horn functions on it, but the Union Pacific leader is actually using its horn functions. Thanks for getting this to 11 likes. Yeah, guys, let me know if you want me to run this plow car or this plow car or my GP15 that I have, or the Rail Link 202. That's an SD40-2. And then I have Illinois Central 3008, and then I have the Amtrak P42 DC. Locomotive number 120. But I got 2 locomotives that are under work very slowly. My Walters GP15's decoder is having issues, so that's just in the shop right now. And, well, I'm working on it on and off. And then this one here was a project I started last year, and it's still under work. I mean, it's not a high priority right now, but I'll slowly get that locomotive fixed up. There it is. My bomber caboose. Last live stream, I was searching for this thing. I bought it for like $2 at an antique shop. And this thing is nice. I just have plastic wheels on it because I only use it for like display stuff and all that. This is a little bomber caboose. Last live stream I said I had one. I couldn't find it, but here it is now. I just thought I needed some variety in my layout, so I just got this. And the BNSF is throwing a fit over something. Come on, quit making the Union Pacific do all the work. Don't you just hate when your train does this? What I think works best is cutting track power and turning it back on. And then the BNSF will fire up again. Look, this is the stuff you only ever see in live streams. Union Pacific, get back here. Where do you think you're going? It's making the BNSF do all the work. I love EMDs and it happens to my Dash 9. Yeah. I talking about the fact where it'll just stop running randomly. You got cycle track power, or the fact that it unhooks from your freight trains. I love EMD 2929. So to be fair, it's a 20-year-old one. As in the locomotive is 20 years old. George's Cardio 4996 said plastic wheels is not good for new track. Yeah, I use metal wheels on my trains. But the only time I ever use plastic wheels is if I'm like testing out some rail cars, and then I'll upgrade them to metal wheels. I love EMD 2929 said yes. So, is your locomotive DCC sound? Like a 20-year-old DCC sound locomotive? Because I know they exist, but I was just wondering if you had one that's that old. Because realistically, this BNSF might be as old as me. Might be. No? Okay. So, this BNSF here is from like the 2010s, I think. Well, things like as old as me. I got this last year at a train show for $140. This locomotive up here, I got this last year for $140 as well. I don't know what's up with buying DCC locomotives, but I always buy them for like exactly $140. I guess that's like a standard market price, I guess, for DCC locomotives. I do have a DCC ES44AC. Nice. I love EMD2929. They're showing the translation symbol H3. Huh. But thanks, guys, for 11 likes. This live stream's not doing too bad. And I wonder where Chris is, or Caden. They're always in my live streams. George's Cario 4996 said they went to the void. Oh yeah. We probably did. Lol. Now what? What are you doing, trains? They just randomly are stopping. Here, I'm adding you as a standard moderator. I'm adding you as a standard moderator. There. There. They're just adding some of you guys as moderators. There. I added some of you guys as my moderators. A couple live streams ago, I have a funny story for you guys that haven't seen it. My brother was deciding to be annoying that live stream, and he took a device that had my account on it, and he just randomly started banning people for 24 hours of my live stream. And he started a war in the chat. So yeah, you can always remove your ability to be a moderator if you ever abuse it. So yeah. So guys, Turtles carry 4996. Oh, you weren't listening? Oh. Understand? Okay, good. Because whoever's in my live stream, I typically will add them as a moderator if you chat enough and you show that you actually like model trades, because you'll just have some random people stop in on my live streams. I will add them as a moderator, but more moderators I have for my YouTube channel, the better. So as a moderator, your guys' jobs is just, if you see someone that's acting up in the chat, either I love EMD2929 and I should be here every Saturday. Perfect. I have a weekly live stream every Saturday, so it'll work out then. But every time, so if you see someone in my chat that is either one, randomly typing stuff in my chat, like just randomly typing anything, like they'll just be typing random numbers and stuff, and I say go ban them, you guys can ban the person for 5 minutes that's acting up. Or if someone is trying to promote their YouTube channel in my chat, you have permission to ban them for 5 minutes. So guys, I want you to only ban people for 5 minutes if there's ever a problem, because my brother banned someone for 24 hours and everyone got mad. So yeah, I hope you guys, I was just tell you guys, Samuel Trades MRSEHO said, "Hi friend, I'm sorry for being late." Don't worry. Here, I'll add you as a moderator too. There. Anyway, Yeah, thanks for coming to the live stream. Samuel Trades MRS AHO said, "Your trades are magnific." Thank you. I love EMD said yes. Yeah. I love my model railroad. It's just a fun way. Instead of watching TV or going on YouTube, I can just run my trains for a while, and most days they just run without issues, but I'll have the off day. The trains will just act up and act like pieces of junk, and I'll want to throw them out the window, but that's rarely happens. Typically, they run like this, flawlessly, no stutters or anything. Samuel Trains MRSCHO said, "I'm in love with your trains." Thank you. I should, next live stream, I should have a new phone case, because this phone case, as you can see, I'm trying to show you guys what it looks like. The case is so bad on here that it literally is falling apart. I don't think it shows up in the reflection, but the phone case is literally barely holding together, so the package was delayed for the new phone case. It should have been here yesterday, but it's probably be here next week now, you know. Typical shipping delays, but yeah. I've been doing this live stream for 62 minutes, which is 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 12, yeah, 1 hour, 3 minutes. Alfred's random stuff said I'm coming apart. Jordan's Curio 4996 said, "I have a figure 8 and there's a diamond and I still have to violate the amount of freight cars so the train hits the car." I know what you're talking about. Like, I've never actually had an operational figure 8. Before I had this model railroad that I put up like 2 or 3 years ago, like, I set up a model railroad in this room. Thanks to my mom, my parents who let me set this up. But anyway, I tried to do a figure 8 because, like, I've been a model railroad for like 5 or 6 years now, and I tried to set up a figure 8 in my bedroom. The problem is, unless you're buying a track kit that comes with all the track you need, my curves were always off and my train and the track never worked, so I just stick with the loop. But yeah, a figure 8, if your train's too long, the train will run into the back of it when it crosses over the diamond. I love EMD2929 said, "My package came 3 weeks late." Oh yeah, trust me. When I was doing my Amtrak upgrade project that I did, like, late October, early September, I was busy working on this thing. I had to replace the motor, the board, decoder, speakers, everything I do. So this thing get a whole job redone on it. And not knowing it, I ordered LEDs from China. And the amount, it took like a couple weeks for it to get here, but at least it wasn't late. It actually came a little early, but I had to wait for it to go overseas. And, like, I thought I was ordering from the US, so I thought, oh, it'll be here in a couple days. No, it took forever for the LEDs to get here. But also for the crossings of my train town, which I've turned off right now, I have crossings, and it took a couple weeks for them to get here. Georgia's Cardio 4996 said, "You can make activating railroad crossings at HO scale." I actually do have crossings at HO scale that work. Jack Newman said, "Yeah." No, trust me, I was pretty lucky to get the packages that on time, because some days I'll have packages Like, I've never really had one more late than a couple days. Like, I've never had a package that's been late, like, weeks late. Like, I thought I'm having a bad day when a package is like 2 days late, but I can put up with that. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting a new phone case because I'll make a video. I'll put like a little bonus at the end of next week's video of me swapping my phone case out because Love EMD 2929 said, want me to get them out? You can put them on a 30-second ban. But in my live streams for my mods to hear this, if you see anyone in the chat that is using any types of cuss words or anything like that, you have permission to ban them for 5 minutes. So, you have permission to ban anyone that is using inappropriate language in my live streams or self-promotion, so. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. You could do 10. That's perfectly fine. Andrew, I'm trying to read that. Alfred's random stuff. I remember I had a package that was 2 months late, and it was rolling a stock lot. 2 months late. Jeez. I literally when I saw my package be a couple days late, I was like, oh no, I wanted to get a new phone case. But yeah. But yeah, 2 months late, I feel bad for you because that's a long time to wait for a package. How'd you add graffiti to your cars? So I go to a trade show called Madtown Trade Show. It's a more popular trade show. You might have heard of it. It's in Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin. There's a Madison trade show, which for where I live, it's pretty close by. Anyway, there's this guy. There's so many booths there. There's like 200 booths there. Okay, maybe that's exaggerating, but there's a lot. And there's some guy that was selling, like sticky, well, not stickies, but you know, like the wet apply stickies where you'll get them wet and then you put them on. You can put them on a rail car, on a building or anything, but it takes some skill to apply them, but you just gotta look up HO Scale Graffiti and you'll come up with some, stuff. Strasburg number 90 said, I repainted my old Bachman Rock Island 40-foot boxcar in Lehigh Valley scheme. I need to decal and brown paint. Yeah, I'm not one to put a ton of work into customizing my rolling stock. Alfred's random stuff said, you mean water slide transfer? Yeah. I was trying a word for it, but some people like dry apply decals. But realistically, it's just easier just to get the water slide transfer ones because, yeah, it's a little more work, but the longevity is they will stick to the rail car for a long time, where the other ones, I've heard mixed reviews on them kind of being junk. But here's one of them. I did this. If this was a real, every car would be graffitied. It costs like $5 for like 10 graffiti decals. But yeah, trust me, I want to just buy like 50 decals and then apply every single rail car. But here's one of them. It takes some work, but I was able to get it to fit on the car. It looked like it was actually meant to be. So yeah, I'd like to make my trades as realistic as possible, so I tried to graffiti them. Strasburg number 90 said, yes, before the K4 decal, yes, I mean water slide transfer. Is this supposed to be in the bottom? My mom gave me the idea to put some of my graffiti stickers up high on my rail cars, but I think they should be at the bottom, but My mom said to have some of them up high in the rail cars to, I guess, make it look like the person who's spraying the graffiti was on top of the rail car spraying it. But yeah. I also have some of my Royster tankers. I have some graffiti on them. I'll have to adjust my camera angle, but I have graffiti. We'll just wait for the train to drive by, and I'll show you. Let me just set the camera here. I gotta go grab something quickly. This is definitely, I said, next one you should do weathering. Now, I'll have to watch some YouTube videos. Trust me, I want to do weathering, but I don't want to mess up. Here's one of the rail cars. I got graffiti on the bottom part of it there. And then this one also has graffiti as well on the side. And also my end car has graffiti. And this hopper car has some graffiti there too. I tried to put as much graffiti on my rail cars as possible. And that's some more graffiti right there as well. Yeah, with me and weathering stuff, knowing me how to over-weather something and make it look like it's fully rusted or something, but yeah, I should try weathering sometime for rail cars. It might be a nice challenge. But yeah, to go to the trade show, I'm gonna want to swap. I'm gonna be swapping out a ton of track. I'm gonna be swapping out this black steel rail track to this nickel silver gray roadbed Bachmann track, because this stuff runs way better than the steel rail. It's still not bad, and as you can see, it's a little dirty, but yeah. Georgia's Curious 996 and I only use Walters Power Lock. I actually have some Power Lock track right here. I won funny stories at the trade show that's going to be going on. It's the 7th of February. The trade show goes on like the weekend after Valentine's. I'll be going on a Saturday. But anyway, so yeah, guys, unfortunately, not next weekend, but the weekend after that, I won't have a live stream because I'll be at the trade show, and I'll have an unboxing video, I think the next weekend maybe. But anyway, I want a starter set from them. That's how I got my Walters GP15 from. And I got Power Lock tracks and figured I might as well use it on my layout, so that's what I got. Strasburg number 90 said that's an ex-Southern Pacific or Rio Grande tunnel motor. That's Union Pacific repitched for the merger. I know everyone is saying that that's an ex-Southern Pacific locomotive. I'm a little, I don't know a ton about the locomotives, but I guess it is because I've had so many people say that that's an ex-Southern Pacific. So I guess it is, but yeah, typically the box will say like ex-Southern Pacific or I'm trying to think, or the manual, somewhere buried in the manual, they'll say that. But yeah, the box just said Union Pacific, so I guess it is because everyone's saying that. I love EMD2929 said, do you like CPKC? Do I like CPKC? I love CPKC. I wish I could afford to buy one of the locomotives. Literally, the only stuff I have is a Canadian Pacific locomotive, but I really want to buy a CPKC GEVO locomotive. Because last year, I bought this Canadian Pacific GEVO, Tier 4 GEVO locomotive. This year, I want to see if there's any affordable CPKC ones, because if you guys don't know, my favorite color is red, and CPKC literally runs right through that town that's a couple miles away, and I've never been able to get a CPKC locomotive because back when I did all my locomotive purchasing, CPKC really wasn't the thing yet. It was just Canadian Pacific and then Kansas City Southern. But after I bought all the stuff, they merged. And now I have a bunch of CP locomotives now. I love EMD said 2929 said Union Pacific didn't order any of those. Either Southern Pacific got them from Rio Grande or Rio Grande got them from Southern and Union Pacific got it from Rio. Okay. Thanks. I like having live streams because we can talk about my locomotives and I can find some information that I don't know. Guys, we'll probably get this live stream ending in like 13 minutes. And too bad Chris didn't make it to this live stream because he's always talking my ear off in the live streams. Or even Kaden didn't even make it to this live stream, but we'll be having. And my brother's back. So, guys, I hope you enjoy hearing my brother now.
Okay, I'll read chats.
Okay, my brother took the camera.
Ooh!
So.
Jorgaris 4996 says, "Oh no!" Uh-oh.
Yep, I know. My brother's got the camera. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly. He's in charge now.
Tractors. Georgia 4996 says, "What is bro doing?" Driving the combine. See? There's the head.
My brother's loves farm stuff, so whenever he takes the camera, he's gonna be focusing on more of the farming stuff. Okay, give me the camera back. You're doing way too much movement. Stop! Give me the camera back.
We get a long shot, chat.
Okay, guys.
Stop! I know how to do it. Zoom
Type
in
1 in the chat if you want me to take the camera back.
Why is this thing has been going for 78 minutes?
Type 1 in the chat if you want me to take the camera back. Type 2 if you want my brother to keep it.
Jar says, Darn Scarrow says, 4996 says, 1. Love MEMD.
They're probably
296
busy
says
or
1.
doing something else.
So number 90s, they're probably busy or doing something else.
1, 2.
I love EMD 2921 says 1. Zero Scarrow 496. It says 2.
Well,
Sorry.
there's more 1s than 2.
Sorry,
Hey,
there's a 1.
give the
There
camera
is a
back.
2. And scat.
Kittens.
Long shots. Cause Starsburger number 90 says, "I'm making your having crash."
Let me just read it.
Oh well.
Stop. It said, I'm making your having crashed out. Yeah. Leave it up to my brother. But here's one of my semis that I got. This is one of the more high-end ones, so literally the tank is reflective and it's probably as good as it gets in HO scale. Plus I have it's upside down there. A Bush police car, and I have this is an HO scale vehicle as well. I love EMD 2929, said that's cool. Thank you. I also have some HO scale construction equipment and flat lowboy semi and semi. This is probably an HO scale bus. I don't know. I just have it on my layout. And then I've got an excavator there, 2 bulldozers flattening out some land. That's like part of a construction site right there. And then I got my stuff over there. But yeah, the Illinois Central's kind of been sitting in the yard. Oh, what's going on over here, locomotives? They just stopped again. Well, guys, this live stream will be ending in 8 minutes. George Cernio 4996 said, "Bro, that looks like the bus looks like a Hot Wheels cars when I bashed them into my train when I was 6." Funny story. I'm homeschooled now, but before, when I went to public school, I was a little kid. Like, I think this is like 4K or early kindergarten years. I had a kid that brought like so many Hot Wheels cars on the bus. This is one of them. He said, "You want to look at it?" They said, "Oh, you can take it home if you want." I think I stole it from the kid when I was little. But this is some like 5-year-old's car. I'm 13 now, so this thing, I had this thing for years and years and years. But yeah, this literally has glitter all over it. This is some kid's toy on the bus. Literally, the kid gave this to me on the bus. He gave me a bus when I was on the bus. Yeah, I know. Strasburg number 90 said bus. Yeah. And then I got I got this beat up tow truck and a beat up car that's in the repair shop. And I actually have a hobby shop on my train town. Once again, my old neighbors, we moved, so they aren't our neighbors anymore, but they gave me this hobby shop building. It's a Menards building. Plus they gave me this house. They gave me those 2 factories. They gave me the custard stand, the Arby's, and the Sunco propane, I think, tank. Got 6 minutes till the live stream's over, but yeah, guys, don't forget to save the video that'll be coming out at 2 today because I spent all yesterday editing the thing. I partnered with Canadian Locomotive Logistics to make a YouTube video, and it has nothing to do with my layout at all, actually. ICYDRE11V said, "I like all your trades." Thank you. But yeah, sorry, Roblox and Trade fan. If you're seeing this video now, it's too late. It's going to be ending very soon. So, but yeah, guys, we'll still have a live stream next weekend. Because I don't care for Valentine's Day at all. To me, it's just another day. I don't really care about it at all. But I'll have a live stream that day. So for Valentine's Day next week, and the live stream, we're going to act like it's not Valentine's Day. Because I can't relate to that holiday at all. But, Strasburg number 9 said, "I honestly can agree with you. I hate it." Oh, yep. Oh, come on. Just, and this is what I was talking about. Some days my train does this, and this is when I want to throw it out the window. Because, yeah, I don't know. When I was in public school, I'm not public school anymore, I'm homeschooled, but Valentine's Day, literally, for everyone else, they're having the time of their lives. Since I have no friends or anything, I just find it as a pointless holiday that I don't like at all. And, well, I hate George's Curio 4996, and though I hate when my train derails, and I want to throw it out the window, but I can't. Yeah, because, like, right there, that is $280 in locomotives that are pulling this. I love EMD2929 and I saw UP2002. Sadly, it has cut wires and oil leaks. Oh, that's too bad. But, guys, the stream will be ending in 3 minutes. Well, exactly 3 minutes. But anyway, yeah. Try not to be too negative or anything, but what are you guys gonna be doing for Valentine's Day? Me, I'll just probably be sitting at home, either working on a YouTube video or having a live stream. But Strasburg number 90 said, I think I have a top railroad spike from the 1870 from the Eastbourne Top Railroad. Nice. Okay, the train's doing it again. The trains know when a live stream's gonna be ending. It's like, oh, the live stream's about to end. Now we're gonna start acting up. Alright, guys. Ending it. 2 minutes, everyone. 2 minutes. But yeah, guys. For... wait, George's Cardio 4996, and so it says that every Bachmann boxcar says that it has flashing and of device, so you can make the flashing that you can take to the flashing any device. Yeah, I see Bachmann sells wait a second. ICYDRE 11V said I used to have a Norfolk Southern train set, but my sister destroyed it, and we had to send it to the Goodwill. No! Strasburg number 9 said, lol, your train have their personality. But, yeah, I actually bought a flashing end light from Bachmann. Well, I bought it from a hobby shop called John's Hobbies. He sell it for 25 bucks. And I just attached it to the end. I just attached it to one of my Bachmann box cars, and it runs great. I've had it for years. That thing will work on DC and DCC track power, so it's a really nice thing that Bachmann made. It's basically, you could go on Amazon and buy one for 16 bucks, but back then I liked supporting that hobby shop, so I paid the extra 9 bucks just to get the end of light thing that it just screws. You basically take the truck off of your rail car and then you screw in the thing. So what it comes with, let me take that off. It'll come with a truck here. It'll come with a circuit board and then a power pickups, and then you'll come with a dummy coupler with an end light attached to it, and it works very well. Bro, on Amazon it costs $91.93 for rail box. Yeah, because those come with the rail car. I just bought the end light part and I put it on one of my box cars, so that sounds about right. But like I said, Bachmann is so expensive. Like, I think they're very overrated. Like, you could go to Walters and buy something for better quality that is 20 bucks cheaper than you could with Bachmann. Yeah, guys, it is 10:30, so everyone start saying bye in the chat. We will see you all next week. But remember, guys, not next weekend, but the weekend after that, there's not going to be a live stream because I will be at a trade show. So, but Valentine's weekend, like I said, we're going to treat Saturday, Valentine's Day, like a normal day. My live stream. Okay? No sus stuff in the chat. I don't want any weird things. So, yeah. Bye, everyone. See you all next week. Yep, my brother has to say bye. Yep. Bye, everyone. See ya next week.